From a robot performing actual spine surgery to a humanoid that folds your laundry, these are the shocking AI reveals that stunned everyone at CES 2026. And first, Boston Dynamics finally stopped making viral videos and started shipping actual products. The all-electric Atlas is ready for factory floors, and the specs tell the story. 56 degrees of freedom, 110-pound lifting capacity, and a 4-hour battery you can swap without shutting the robot down. It's built to survive dust and water that would kill most electronics. In the Atlas, the robot walked across the floor, carrying heavy automotive parts, and placed them exactly where they needed to go. Then it responded to voice commands when engineers changed instructions mid-task. This works because Google DeepMind's AI is running inside Boston Dynamics hardware, which means you talk to it like a coworker instead of programming it with code. And Hyundai is deploying these in their factories starting in 2026, not for testing, but for actual production work alongside human employees. As expected, social media exploded, with one user saying, "CES 2026 is exploding with humanoid robots everywhere. Boston Dynamics dropping mind-blowing physical AI demos that look straight out of sci-fi." Unfortunately, one factory manager told reporters he's ordering 50 units, which means his workers have about 2 years to learn new skills or find new jobs. But Atlas is just the beginning. Wait until you see a robot that can box and the chip breakthrough that's making all of this possible without a cloud connection. Before we get to those, however, let's check out a robot that's about to make your life a whole lot easier. Every tech company has promised us a home robot for decades, but it's LG that has finally built one that works. In the demo, Cloyd casually started folding laundry, not slowly or carefully, just smooth, confident movements like it had been doing this for years. Then it loaded an oven, grabbed items from the fridge, and controlled smart home devices while moving around to complete different tasks. The design deliberately avoids the uncanny valley problem. No humanoid face, no creepy, realistic features, just clean, modern curves that look more like kitchen appliances than something from a sci-fi movie. It moves on wheels, uses 2 articulated arms with precise grippers, and runs all its AI processing on board without needing constant cloud connections. But what makes this different is the fact that it learns your preferences and remembers them. Tell it once how you like your towels folded, and it never forgets. The system adapts to your home layout, learns your routines, and handles tasks without supervision. Now, LG didn't announce pricing, but industry experts estimate $8,000 to $12,000 at launch. That sounds expensive until you compare it to paying someone $25 an hour to clean your house for the next decade. Math starts making sense fast. Home robots that fold laundry are impressive, but they're useless without the breakthrough chip technology powering them. Keep watching to see what's making all of this possible. Qualcomm showed up at CES 2026 with a message. The smartphone era is over and the robot era is here. The Dragonwing IQ-10 chip series makes robots think without needing massive data centers. Everything processes locally, on device, inside the robot's body, which means no cloud connection required, no lag, and no Wi-Fi necessary. They didn't just announce chips either. Qualcomm showed up with partnerships already locked in before the show even started. Figure AI is using Dragonwing to power their humanoids in BMW factories. VinMotion's autonomous delivery robots run on Dragonwing. About a dozen other robotics companies signed deals too. In a video posted to YouTube, VinMotion gave a hint of what a robot powered by the Qualcomm chip was capable of. It showed the motion tube punching through a piece of wood, crouching down to pick up a small teddy bear off the floor, and bending its back in a way that most people older than 30 could only dream of doing. Battery life is why this matters. Cloud-connected robots constantly burn through power, sending data back and forth to servers. Local processing means robots can work 8-hour shifts without dying, which is the difference between a cool prototype and a machine that actually makes money for a business. Qualcomm is betting its entire future on this transition from phones to robots. Based on the partnerships they announced at CES, a lot of other companies think they're right. But while Qualcomm just made robots smarter, there's one problem everyone's been ignoring: privacy. Up next, the robot that solved the surveillance nightmare. Built on Intel's new Panther Lake chips with Core Ultra Series 3 processors, Robi processes everything locally, no cloud connection, no data streaming to corporate servers. Everything happens inside the robot and stays there. For years, people have worried about home robots recording everything and uploading footage to corporate servers. Robi solves that problem completely. It processes locally, forgets immediately, and never uploads anything. People want help with chores, but they don't want cameras uploading videos of their private lives to some company's server farm. Intel's pitch was refreshingly honest too. No wild claims about changing the world or replacing humans. Just a straightforward promise. We built the chip that makes privacy-first robotics possible. The tech industry noticed because Intel has been losing to Nvidia in AI for years. But with Robi, Intel proved they understand something important. People want robots that work for them, not against them. And that starts with keeping data local instead of feeding it into corporate surveillance systems. Privacy is solved, but can robots actually be beautiful? What you're about to see will change how you think about humanoid design forever. AMD CEO Lisa Su brought a humanoid robot on stage at CES 2026. The crowd went wild. Gene.01 isn't a concept or a vision for 2030. It's a commercial humanoid powered entirely by AMD's Ryzen AI processors and Helios AI technology, with manufacturing scheduled for the second half of 2026. Gene.01 is designed with a human-centered vision, prioritizing beauty, grace, and safety so people can trust and accept humanoid robots. Its standout feature is a full-body, distributed touch-sensitive skin that detects pressure, contact, and subtle intentions, turning touch into a core source of intelligence. This enables safer, more natural human-robot collaboration in factories and gentler, more intuitive assistance in healthcare. This is AMD proving they can compete with Nvidia in physical AI, which is the market Nvidia has dominated for years. But AMD's strategy is different. Instead of trying to beat Nvidia with better performance, they're offering an open ecosystem where manufacturers can use AMD chips, build robots however they want, and get the infrastructure to make it work without proprietary lock-in. But what's coming in the top 5 is on another level entirely. I'm talking surgical robots performing procedures humans can't match, humanoids with boxing reflexes that seem impossible, and the AI breakthrough that's finally making fully autonomous driving real. The most groundbreaking reveals are still ahead. LEM Surgical brought their humanoid to CES 2026, demonstrating something that made even experienced surgeons uncomfortable: sub-millimeter surgical precision that makes human hands look shaky by comparison. The demo showed Dynamis holding surgical tools, mimicking complex spinal procedures, and adjusting movements instantly when the simulated patient moved unexpectedly. No hesitation, no overcorrection. Just smooth, calculated precision powered by Nvidia Isaac for Healthcare, which is Nvidia's AI platform specifically designed for medical applications. At It's Kevin Lin captured the moment on X. CES 2026 just got insane. LEM Surgical's humanoid robot performs spine surgery with Nvidia physical AI. Dynamis delivers sub-millimeter precision. Game changer for medicine. The technology isn't in testing anymore. It's deployed in real hospitals with real patients who choose robot surgery over human surgery because the outcomes are measurably better. That raises uncomfortable questions about what other high-skilled jobs just became automated. But Dynamis doesn't answer those questions. It just makes them impossible to ignore. Surgical precision is impressive, but what happens when robots start moving with explosive, athletic power? Number 4 will shock you. Unitree's G1 engaged in a boxing match. I mean robots, with full headgear and boxing gloves. This wasn't a carefully calculated movement. This was explosive athleticism that looked impossible for a machine. The G1 moved with speed and fluidity that made every other humanoid at the show look slow and cautious by comparison. But these aren't just party tricks. This level of agility means robots can handle unpredictable environments where the ground shifts, debris blocks paths, and smooth factory floors don't exist. Construction sites, disaster zones, rough terrain that would make slower robots fall and break. Unitree proved their robots don't just survive falls, they recover mid-air and keep going. And here's what makes this genuinely disruptive. The G1 cost $16,000, not $100,000, not $500,000, $16,000 for a backflipping humanoid with commercial build quality that you can order right now. Unitree is a Chinese company iterating faster than anyone predicted, pricing aggressively, and proving the robotics race isn't dominated by American companies anymore. A $16K backflipping humanoid changes the economics of robotics completely. But none of this matters if self-driving cars still can't handle a kid running into the street. The breakthrough that finally solves that is coming up next. Jensen Huang revealed Alpamayo at CES 2026, calling it an open-source AI model family for autonomous driving that doesn't just react, it reasons, plans, and handles edge cases in real time. Edge cases are the nightmare scenarios that have killed every previous self-driving program. A kid runs into the street, a mattress flies off a truck ahead of you, a deer freezes in your headlights, construction equipment suddenly blocks half the lane around a blind corner, a motorcyclist weaves unpredictably through traffic. Current self-driving systems fail catastrophically in these moments because they're pattern matching against training data. Alpamayo works differently. It understands physics, predicts intent, and calculates risk as a human driver does. The demo showed simulated scenarios designed to break traditional systems. A pedestrian stepped off the curb while staring at their phone. Alpamayo predicted their path, slowed down early, and gave them space without slamming the brakes or swerving dangerously. This isn't faster cameras or better sensors. This is AI that genuinely understands context and causation. Mercedes-Benz is implementing Alpamayo in its vehicles starting in 2026. For over a decade, we've been promised full self-driving. For over a decade, it's been perpetually 5 years away. Alpamayo feels different because it's already moving from demo to deployment. And Nvidia open-sourced it, which means they're not hoarding the technology. They're building the foundation everyone else will depend on, which is exactly how Nvidia wins. Self-driving is finally real, but there's still one thing holding robots back from true human-level capability. It's not strength, it's not intelligence, it's something far more delicate, and one company just cracked it. Sometimes a demo is so good it doesn't feel real. Sharpa's humanoid hand demonstration at CES 2026 was one of those moments. The Chinese robotics company set up a simple table with simple objects: a paper, a pen, a deck of cards, nothing special. Then their robot hand picked the paper and started making a paper windmill. When it was done with that, it laid the deck of cards gently on the table. This wasn't the clunky, careful manipulation every other robot hand does. This was human-level dexterity, possibly better. You can build a robot that lifts a car. You can build one that walks upstairs. But making one that ties a shoelace or handles delicate objects without crushing them, that's where everyone fails. Sharpa didn't just solve it, they made it look effortless, which means the breakthrough is real and reproducible. But none of these robots could exist without what's coming at number one: the foundation making everything else economically possible.
Oh, you could do it. Wow.
The Rubin platform isn't just faster hardware, it's a complete reimagining of how AI runs in the physical world. 6-chip architecture, Vera CPU and Rubin GPU are built on a 3nm process node, 5 times faster inference than Blackwell, which was Nvidia's previous flagship. 3.5 times faster training, 10 times lower costs per AI inference operation. Let me translate that. Running AI just became 90% cheaper. For years, robots have been too expensive to deploy at scale because the computing power required was massive, the electricity costs were unsustainable, and the infrastructure made everything uneconomical. Rubin changes that entire equation. Robots can now run sophisticated AI models locally without burning through power budgets. Autonomous vehicles can process sensor data in real time without overheating. Humanoids can learn and adapt without constant cloud connections eating into operational costs. Jensen Huang declared, "The ChatGPT moment for physical AI is here." He's not exaggerating. ChatGPT worked because it became cheap enough to run at a massive scale. Millions of people could use it simultaneously because the cost per conversation dropped low enough to make it economically practical. Rubin does the same thing for robots. Every other reveal at CES 2026 was built on top of Rubin's foundation. The surgical robot, Nvidia Isaac, is powered by Rubin architecture. The self-driving AI, running on Rubin. The humanoids from Boston Dynamics, AMD, LG, and everyone else, they're all betting Nvidia's infrastructure will power the next decade of physical AI. The Rubin platform isn't just another product announcement, it's the foundation making the entire physical AI revolution economically possible, and that's exactly why it's number one. CES 2026 wasn't about gadgets. It was the moment AI stopped being software trapped in screens and became physical machines working in the real world. The robot. Wars are heating up, and Tesla's Optimus Gen 3 just entered the ring against Boston Dynamics Atlas. Click on the next video to watch how that battle unfolds.